For a lot of people, the idea of a retreat might seem like a total nightmare, being alone and isolated for even for a few days or something. You obviously have a great propensity for that type of practice. To someone who's never even done a retreat, I wonder if you could give a flavor of what
Yeah,
you got out of that. What's the
right.
benefit of that much time practicing and being
Practicing.
alone?
Yeah. And yes, it was completely terrifying. Like before I did it, I was completely committed to doing it. And that also goes way back to the early 70s. I remember reading in Ram Dass and Be Here Now about, yogis meditating in caves in the Himalayas. And I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't even know you could be a yogi meditating when you grew up. And I had a strong attraction to that. So when it came about, and I was completely terrified. The thought of being in solitary confinement with my mind for that amount of time, I had no idea what was going to happen. And it was amazing. Some of the most, I think, for me, the most amazing things in my life were becoming a teacher and becoming a monastic. And neither one of those may have happened if I hadn't been in long retreat. I feel like both of those things were a ripening of that time because the purpose of retreat is really to minimize or eliminate the distractions of daily life and projects and so on, so you can focus on practice exclusively. And one of the things I found, which I've compared with a lot of other people that have been in long retreat, like our friend Venerable Renee and other people, there's this thing that happens after about 6 months, and it seems like plus or minus 6 months for almost everybody. Your mind is just spinning out all the things, and it takes about that much to really settle so that all the distractions kind of, and what I found for the first 6 months of retreat too is just almost like reliving my entire life, just replaying all the scenes and sort of I always feel like they say your life flashes before your eyes when you fall off a cliff or something. This is like my life flashing before my eyes, but it took 6 months to just replay every single thing, which can be really hard. And then your mind settles and you're able to go really deeply into practice. And so I found there was a real deep settling that doesn't happen for me when I'm engaged in daily activity. And it took that amount of time. I mean, any amount of time in retreat is beneficial. Like a weekend is beneficial. 2 weeks is beneficial. No question about it. But there is something about really signing off